Who the hell are you?
My name is Michael and this is PCMRRC, the PC Master Race reality check for Rise of the Tomb Raider. The PC version of Rise of the Tomb Raider is blissfully beautiful. Lara never looked better thanks to native 4K support, higher resolution textures compared to the Xbox One version, and some other minor advancements in the graphical department. Nixxes Software put a lot of effort into the PC port, adding pure hair technology, a refinement to AMDs Tress FX to further enhance Laras Looks. The game also supports HBAO Plus and more anti-aliasing modes apart from FXAA. Simply speaking, it is extremely adjustable. The engine shows this off by switching graphical settings in real time without major loading times or rebooting the game entirely. Very impressive stuff. The same goes for 4K. The high-resolution vistas are gorgeous. On our test system featuring a GeForce GTX 980 Ti, the game was playable at the highest settings in 4K, but only with 25 to 35 frames per second. For a stable 60 FPS and beyond, players will either have to rely on dual graphics card setups or turn down some settings or the resolution. Rise of the Tomb Raider also supports ultra-wide aspect ratio resolutions, which result in a more cinematic feeling. Players are able to enjoy even more of the world as the additional space on the sides is used to widen the field of view. Unfortunately, the story sequences only work in 16:9, resulting in black borders left and right. Let's talk a little bit about the controls. Using the Xbox gamepad feels very intuitive and natural. Aiming can be cumbersome in some situations though, it all depends on the chosen difficulty setting in the end and also the frame rate. Players who want to experience the game in 4K with 30 frames per second will have a good enough experience on the first two difficulty settings and enjoy a lower paced game. If your PC is able to run the game at 60 FPS and beyond though, the keyboard and mouse combo is starting to be way more appealing. Hunting for small animals like birds and squirrels is way easier when playing the game with traditional controls and on a 144Hz monitor. Like this, the higher difficulty settings are also worth looking at. Playing the new Tomb Raider with the Steam controller adds its own layer of quirks and workarounds. Choosing the mixed setup results in a completely unplayable mess as the game is constantly switching between the mouse look and the gamepad inputs. That leaves players with a manual configuration mapping all of the mouse and keyboard inputs to the controller and learning the button prompts by heart. Then the game is very playable, apart from being a bit confusing. Also, walking has to be triggered by holding a button just like on the keyboard, so the analog stick actually doesn't make too much sense. Long story short, if you want to run Rise of the Tomb Raider at 60 FPS and beyond, go for the mouse and keyboard while playing at a quick 144Hz monitor. If you want to enjoy a console-like experience with gorgeous graphics in 4K and locking the frame rate at 30, the Xbox gamepad will be a very suitable companion.